The people shuffled to the rhythm of sorrow under the pale gray sky, hiding the goddess's radiance from the empty hands of the people, hands held out for grace to coin and nobility, yet left unrequited. It was as if only the towers and how high spirals could feel her radiance as the statue's sunken eyes and gargoyles stared down. Thus the city wept. You who once made me in your image, in the shape of your becoming through your aspirational essence, what has become of you? You who once dreamed of heaven before man and not above him, oh how you have forsaken yourself. Rain hammers against the cold, squalid streets as cutthroat street urchins and whores eye each other, wolves among wolves. Your minds, once divine machinery, were reduced to the likeness of beast. To the east of the capital, past the noble district, past the aqueducts, nestled into the base of the mountain, the cradle of the city, the ivory walls and red banners jeweled the stone ridge marbled with emerald moss. There, the goddess of the nation withered in the paintings of the royal family and in their treasury, in the king's study, the library, in his estranged marriage and the broken family, and lastly, in his posture on the throne. His eyes hollowed before hallowed ground. All that was his world shattered into painted glass behind him. There, the priest from the Church of Eleanor stands with his deceitful hands, clutching the carrot he calls the symbol of God. But what would man be without his carrots and sticks? You know why I'm here. The priest stands so still that the pillars in the hall shifted, his gaze unflinching and partial like the sky that stands above all. The king's life flashes in the cradle of his weary brows and olive skin. Speak of your prophecy. The king yields to the stillness of his gaze. What is the measure of a man, naive king? The priest hisses. That depends on the man, no? He questions. A better question, the priest states. His voice, not his own. What is the measure of all men? The priest continues. I don't know, St. Cornelius. Time, young man. Time is the measure of all men, the priest laments, but we never have a say in the matter. Always measured by men before our time, only to be measured by men after our time. He continues. Only for the men before our time to measure us again after our time in the heavens and on the earth. The king's face breaks as his lips shake. Then he weeps. You are a great man, Alexander. The priest breaks his stillness, bowing his head. But we do not pick the time we are measured by. I have no further questions, noble king of Alonsus, the priest whimpered. The rain bellows against the obsidian tower with moss congealed against its ramparts, lightning darting through the clouds, its light flickering in the raindrops and rolling waves of the coast in rhythm with the lighthouse on the horizon. Under the tower, in the deepest study of the highest chambers, two men stand before a table beaten with pulp and blood. Adjacent to them lay a prisoner of Chinese descent, her stomach cut open, her lifeless eyes staring wherever one goes when they meet their end. On the table lay a horrid creature. It looked like black fire as it crawled its way into the embryo, adopting the shape of a human baby. Father. Yes, Edward. Do you think babies cry because they can feel the weight of life before them? Edward stares at the prisoners as his gaze pans across the bloodied floor, the screaming of the baby muffling his own thoughts. Yes, Edward. His father replies to silence. What's going to happen to her? His father says callously, we're going to use it to make more, without the mess. Edward feels the fury of the god's flicker in his sternum. Before he knows it, his revolver is smoking. His father's corpse lies on the ground, the brain matter and sinew from his head scattered about. The child's screaming intensifies only the crackling of thunder, breaking the walls. Edward, coming to his senses, looks to his father once, the warmth of his heart once before him. Now the stone floor and salt ruins of the laboratory. What have I done? What have I done? What have I done, Father? Why would... He looks at the crying child, her abyss, black eyes, and every iridescent skin, glinting against the torch lamplight in the laboratory. In the prologue.